What I'm about to talk about you already know, but some of it you may not. Now if you stick with me to the end of this video, I don't think you will ever look at numbers the same way again. I'm going to show you how God uses numbers and patterns to reveal his messages. And knowing what the numbers mean is very important because sometimes numbers are times on a clock. So I'm going to show you how I use numbers and patterns. Each number represents a host of meanings. One is for God, period. Two is for faithful witness, like a helpmate, as in Adam and Eve, man and woman, and also beast. The tree of life is in the book of Genesis. The book of life is in the book of Revelation. You have two tablets of stone. You have the two witnesses. You have day and night, sun and moon, good and evil, God and mammon. Jesus sent the disciples out in twos. But did you know that Jesus has already been here twice? That's right. Once as a baby, and after he was resurrected, he ascended into heaven to be glorified, and then he came back a second time. So, when he comes back, it will be his third time. The third verse in Genesis refers to Jesus, the light of the world. Jesus was resurrected on the third day. Earth is the third planet. Now, Peter denied knowing Jesus 3 times before the crucifixion. But after Jesus was resurrected, he redeemed Peter by asking him 3 times, "Do you love me more than they?" Now, you also have 3 strikeouts in baseball. And the devil tried to tempt Jesus 3 times. Daniel prayed 3 times a day. Elijah prayed over a dead boy 3 times before reviving him. You have 3 world wars and 3 days of darkness. 3 is the Trinity: Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Total unity. Divine. Jonah in the belly of a whale 3 days and 3 nights. Jesus in the heart of the earth 3 days and 3 nights. Elijah said it wouldn't rain for 3.5 years. The two witnesses will prophesy for 3.5 years. They will also lie dead in the streets for 3.5 days. 4 is truth, acceptance, signs, seasons, days, and years, like the 4 winds of heaven. 4 corners of the earth: north, east, west, south. That spells news. There are 4 seasons in a year. You have the 4 beasts, the 4 horsemen, 4 blood moons, the 4 living creatures, the fourth kingdom. 5 is for grace, commands, covenant, and the 5 books of Moses, known as the Torah. 6 is flesh and spirit, repent, separate, and unveil. The number of man, woman, and beast: 666. Man has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. And also there's the 6th seal. Muslims repeat Allah Akbar 111 times a day, 6 days a week, totaling 666. Stigma, stigma, stigma equals 666. They've equal 666. The Roman numerals DCL XVI equal 666. The amount of gold given to Solomon in 1 year was, you guessed it, 666. Adonicum in Ezra 2:13 had 666 children. 7 is for completion, perfection, rest, holy, Sabbath, and done. You have 7 days in a week. God has 7 feast holidays. There are 7 fruits of the Spirit. Elijah told Naaman to wash 7 times in the Jordan River to be cleansed of leprosy. 7 sins of abomination, 7 years of tribulation. The book of Revelation is full of sevens. Like the slain lamb has 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits in Revelation 5:6 and Isaiah 11:2. Lamech killed his own son and grandfather, Cain, and died at age 777. in Genesis 5:31. 577 is the Jewish New Year in 2017. Oh yeah, Lamech was also Noah's father in Genesis 5:29. 8 is a new beginning and first fruits, numbers, amount, and forgiveness. 8 colors in a rainbow. There were 8 people on the ark that escaped the tribulation to start a new beginning, including Noah. Jesus is coming back to save his people from the tribulation and start a new beginning, just as Noah did. Do you see the patterns? 9 is a bearer, things tangible or things seen. Establish, confirm. A woman is in labor 9 months. You have 9 gifts of the Spirit and 9 blessings in Matthew. 10 is order, commandments, fullness. You have the 10 commandments, 10 crowns, 10 kings, 10 kingdoms, 10 toes, 10 horns, 10 virgins. 7 times 70 weeks equal 490 years, which is 10 jubilees. 11 is disorder, burdensome, sinful, a number of Satan. 12 is judgment, coming and passing of time. 12 months in a year, 12 numbers on the clock, 12 disciples, 12 tribes, 12 spies, 12 manner of fruit. And there are 12 more books in the Old Testament than in the New. 13 is a false negative, a blessing and a curse, rebellion, unbalanced, wicked. Did you know 11 and 13 is associated with good and evil if you know where to look? For example, 911. 913 are associated with blessings and sacrifice. Check the Bible for chapter 9, verse 11 and 13. There are 13 stripes on the U.S. flag. The U.S. started out with 13 colonies. There are 13 steps, feathers, arrows, and so on a dollar bill. 11, 13, and 33 are numbers of the Illuminati or the devil. Most famous people tied to Freemason or the devil have 11 or 13 letters in their names. 11, 11, and 13, 13 are bad signs in the book of the prophets. Check 11, 11 and chapter 13, 13. So, in conclusion, there are 24 hours in a day, 24 elders, and God prepared Moses 40 years before sending him to free his people. They wandered in the desert for 40 years. King David reigned for 40 years in Israel, 7 years in Hebron, and 33 years in Jerusalem, totaling 40 more years. Moses fasted on the mountain for 40 days and for 40 nights. Jesus fasted for 40 days and for 40 nights. He was also seen for 40 days and 40 nights after he was resurrected. Elijah unto the mount of God, 40 days and 40 nights. Depending on what Bible you have, the first sentence in Genesis has 44 letters, and the last sentence in Revelation has 44 letters. Revelation 9, 14 through 16. The 4 angels bound in the Euphrates River, and the number of the army of locusts is 200 million. Now, if you divide 200 million by 6,000, which is a legion, watch what number you come up with. Try this. Lord, say the same. I'll speak with you again.